got a special guest tonight, man. Miss Majin's in the building. Say hey, Miss Majin.
Hi. Hello, everybody. I'm Miss Majin. The Majin Buu. I was about to say the Majin Vegeta. The Majin Buu saga in general, but then also like special shout outs to, you know, the underlying Majin Vegeta arc within the Majin Buu saga, because I think that's one of the main reasons why the Majin Buu saga is my favorite, or the best. You asked what I thought was the best. That's what I think is the best. And there's so many like reasons for that as well, not just the Majin Vegeta part, but because we all know that Akira Toriyama wrote Dragon Ball flying by the seat of his pants. Like, he never really planned shit out. That's why, you know, Super Saiyan 3 was essentially like an afterthought, and it got retrospectively written in and all that kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he obviously didn't pull it out against Majin Vegeta. So I think that the way that Toriyama wrote Dragon Ball, how it's so scattered, it is scattered, but it also somehow really seamlessly like ties together. And the Majin Buu saga has so many aspects. We've got how many forms of Majin Buu? Like 5 forms of him. We've got the grey form, we've got the big form, we've got the kid form, we've got Super Buu, we've got Buuhan, you know, we've even got like Gotenks absorbed type shit.
Facts.
And then we've got Fusion, Gotenks, Vegito.
Shout out to my boy Vegito.
Hell yeah. And then we've got Super Saiyan 3 as well as Super Saiyan 3 Fusion. So it's just like all this shit just came together, and it wasn't as, you know, one thing after the other as, say, the Cell Saga or even the Namek Saga. And I think that that's what I like about it. It's quite scattered, but it flows still really well. So yeah, I think it's the best because it's just got so many aspects, so many things going on about it.
Me personally, while I agree with you, but I would say Beacon, like you said, it is an opinion, but if I had to pick best Dragon Ball saga of all time, I would say I would have to go with the Cell Saga. And the reason I say the Cell Saga, there's just way too many icon moments. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of icon moments in the Namek Saga. You know, obviously Goku turning Super Saiyan for the first time, but you got moments where like Piccolo was the strongest character for like 4 to 5 episodes. And of course, you can't forget about, you know, Gohan turning Super Saiyan 2 for the first time, and just that whole build-up process from Piccolo Best Dad Facts. The whole build-up from Gohan's potential, from Radix up until Cell, it was just like fresh food waiting to be served. You know what I'm saying? Piccolo versus 17, very, you know, good fight. Vegito, I mean not Vegito, but Vegeta getting checked with Android 18. It was just too many good moments in the Cell Saga to like put it below number 2 or like 3. Especially when
I think I would
okay, I'm sorry.
On the number 2. No, carry on.
But yes, and like also like I'm pretty sure like you or anybody in the chat remember this, like y'all remember when Goku and Gohan was in the hyperbolic time chamber, and then like when they like as soon as they came out, everybody was like, man, what it is with all that power? And like it was like pretty much like over like foreshadowing like Gohan's potential up until like the Cell fight when Gohan was the first to come out. Everybody thought it was Goku, but it was, you know, it was Gohan. And then like even like small moments where Goku and Cell was fighting, which is still one of my favorite fights to this day. When Goku and Cell was fighting,
the choreography is so good.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was
top tier. When Goku and Cell fought, they would do a Dragon Ball.
And then it was that one moment when Trunks and Krillin was talking. There was like, Goku's the best shot that we got right now. And then Vegeta like just looked at Gohan, was like, could look at him and tell in his mind, it was like, I don't know. You got this, you know, got this kid. I know he's been strong ever since he's been little. He's controlling Super Saiyan even better than me. It's just like small stuff that just like was greatly appreciated during that saga.
I actually saw on Facebook the other day, someone posted saying, you know, the Great Saiyan Man is underrated. I think it's a great arc for Gohan, blah, blah, blah.
You what?
And then someone wrote this like thesis comment underneath it, like basically saying Gohan is, you know, a wasted character. This is a common opinion. Gohan is a wasted character, and so on and so on. But then they brought up Super Saiyan 2. Gohan went Super Saiyan 2 in the hyperbolic time chamber. Goku saw that, and that's where the foreshadowing for Super Saiyan 2 really began. You had to really be looking. But it was there. And if you watch it back, you'll obviously, you know, you guys probably know it, but if you watch it back, you see it. And it was only like 1 second. 1 second of Gohan reaching there, and then him basically fainting to the ground because he'd used all his power. But Goku saw that and he was like, oh shit, my kid is proper strong. You know what I mean? And then we had all that other shit, you know, the Cell Juniors and the so on and so on. But people only see that Gohan's ascension happened because of Android 16. No. And Gohan's Super Saiyan 2 ascension happened because, you know, Piccolo obviously got fucked up by 17 and Cell and so on and so on. And then, you know, he was in the hyperbolic time chamber feeling helpless, going, I need to protect people, I want to be strong like you.
Yeah, because a lot of people oversee that because of that whole, you know, that whole Android 16 and Cell stumping in his head. But Cell stepping on Android 16 was pretty much like, you know, all right, you know, that's it, I'm done. That was just, you know, the button. That's all that was.
Yeah, that was just the 5% extra layer that he needed to go wild.
Oh yeah. All right, my boy Big Lou says Android Saga, in my opinion, we got dragged through Namek, and we thought Goku going Super Saiyan was the almighty being enter Trunks.
Not wrong. Like, good point. Trunks' arrival was just phenomenal. It was great.
Trunks' appearance from coming from the future, killing Frieza, going back, killing Cell, was just everything I needed to love about that character. And on top of that, a Super Saiyan with a sword. Come on, bro. You can't hate that.
That's like wild shit, you know? Like seeing that, and then remember him going Super Saiyan, and then all of us being like, hang on a minute, Super Saiyans all have black hair. Goku's supposed to be, who the fuck? Who this kid? We were all Vegeta. They're like, who the fuck is this? We were all pissed, but also kind of hyped at the same time. Best Dragon Ball villain of all time? Can it objectively be Frieza because he just keeps coming back? But subjectively be Goku Black because he was like a pink Goku with deity Super Saiyan energy?
At the same time, there's no wrong answer, but at the same time, there's like some villains in the story that held their weight. Like, all right, for an example, I'm gonna say Goku Black, quote unquote, Zamasu. And the reason I said that, the reason I say Zamasu is because Zamasu did what Ginyu failed to do, which was take over Goku's body and control it, let alone do what he had to do with his body. And on top of that, Goku with pink hair, bro, come on, dog. Goku, evil Goku, it doesn't get any better than that, bro.
I hear a lot of fans say, oh, it would be so much better if it was Goten Black or Gohan Black, and I'm like,
shut your bitch ass up before I get to talking shit about you.
Like, no, it would not be, actually. Like, this was just well executed, in my opinion. Obviously, the ending of the arc itself
has to be Frieza. We all know, hold on, let me reach it. We all knew he was going to cancel that Namek Saga, but the crowd called for more, so the GOAT delivered. True.
I have a question though. Can we include manga villains like post Tournament of Power?
Oh yeah, definitely.
If we do, then overall,
don't tell me you about to say granola.
No, Moro. I think Moro is the best Dragon Ball villain, period. And the reason why, when I was reading that, and you know how Goku did that, like he was looking for him and all that kind of shit, but Moro saw Goku looking for him, and then Goku went, oh my god, I've never felt a power like this. It's dark and it's strong. That was the first time that I had been genuinely, I'm not going to say scared, but you know what I mean, like that kind of feeling where I was like, holy fuck, this is potentially real. People could die here. That's the first time I've ever really felt that, other than when Majin Vegeta sacrificed himself. All other times I'm like, it's just lighthearted, people are going to be fine, type shit. So for that reason alone, I think Moro is probably, in terms of weight, the best.
You said Buu because he ends up being an ally. You can kind of say the same for Vegeta and Piccolo and TN. We being real.
And Frieza and Lord I mean, Buu is potentially more of an ally than anybody because he's just chill and lives with Mr. Satan and just eats cookies all the time. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Frieza. I think Frieza is
the greatest villain is Toriyama's memory.
Oh, that's so. Oh, don't make us cry.
To be fair, he did.
Oh, because he's. I see what you mean. I thought you meant like his legacy.
When Buu turned the boar into a cookie, I was like, bro, that's got to be one of the worst fates, dog. He ate that nigga in one bite.
He fucking gawked that shit down so hard. He didn't even chew. He just did it like a duck.
Fat Buu was the first throat goat.
Yeah, and then Moro did the same thing when I think Vegeta launched a Gallic gun at him, and he just opened his mouth.
He ate the whole Gallic gun whole, bruh.
He didn't even spit. Like, he just... Oh, that shit is funny as hell. Holy shit, Krillin. Fucking Krillin. 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 You can't look at, where is the look? I swear to shit, I am not being biased about Vegeta. I promise you. I can admit when.
All right, so
tell me wrong.
Tell me why you would put Krillin over Vegeta.
Krillin had a button to stop the whole situation, and he was like, "Nah, yeah, thinking about that." That's what Krillin was doing. He was like, "Oh, but she's hot."
Bro was thinking about the Robussy.
Yeah. He was like, I could hit that later.
Anyone going to tell her about Vegeta? I was going to get to that. I was going to let her explain the Krillin side first before I get on Vegeta, man. I was going to.
Big Lou, he's just trying to get this out of me. He's just trying to get me to admit that Vegeta. But like Vegeta obviously didn't help. He was the one going, "Oh yeah, you know, come on and let's see it," type shit. But
me personally,
I don't know.
I'm definitely saying Vegeta. Like, bro, like you ain't learn your lesson. Like 18, I'll show you, bro. Like, hey, this ain't the fields, bro. To be doing this testing, like, bro, like this the real deal.
I mean, we've got to think about this as well. It would be bad writing if Vegeta hadn't have let that happen, because you know their Saiyan instinct is obviously to continue in battle and be, you know, fight the strongest and do the strongest thing, and this is Vegeta in a nutshell, really. So yes, Vegeta didn't help, and yes, he's obviously partially to blame, no one can deny that, but it would be bad writing if they didn't do that.
To be
Krillin,
fair,
however, he didn't need to do that. He didn't need to do that. Cell was gonna spit that bitch out regardless.
Then like y'all said before, Vegeta pride pretty much let him get the best of him, turn perfect selling. Like Trunks told him like 30 times, bro. Like, bro, like I've lived through this, bro. I do not want to go through this again. And Vegeta's like, you might have lived through it, but hey, I want to see what Cell talking about. I want to see this perfect form he keep bragging about.
And you know, he was like, "Oh, you were wrong about the android, so why should I believe you about this?" And even though that's, like I keep saying, you know, more of just Toriyama flying by the seat of his pants. But that again is more of him making it fit so well. You know, because the first two androids, if I recall correctly, I think it was his editor or something like that, didn't like the design. That's why Android 17 and 18 came about. So, but again, later on down the track, it's that thing itself is being used as a reason for Vegeta to say to Trunks, "No, I'm not buying what you're fucking selling. Like, I want to see this guy at full power. I bet he's not as strong as you think."
If Fredo would have pressed that button, then Vegeta's decision wouldn't have never mattered. Hey, you speaking facts?
Yeah.
Can we blame 16? Yeah. He wasn't doing shit but picking flowers.
16's only mission was to kill Goku. He's like, "Hey man, the same match." He did jump in, didn't he? If I recall correctly, he did jump in.
Yeah, he jumped in. He jumped in.
Yeah. Didn't do much, but
he did
His
enough.
best.
He did more than enough to give 17 the chance to run, but 17 was like, "Hey, I ain't no bitch. I ain't gonna run." And what happened? But he got sucked up, plain and simple.
The tail vacuum. It's so disturbing as well. Like,
oh no, especially
they could have done it.
Especially when he absorbed 18, I was like, what is this? What is this?
Oh damn, girl! Oh damn! And then he buffs her up out the mouth. Why aren't she coming up tail? I suppose that would be even worse than her going in. But anyway,
Me personally, I wouldn't prefer.
I digress.
I wouldn't prefer either, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie. That whole perfect, like, just his whole transformation from imperfect, semi, to perfect. It was just so many problems, bro. Like, even like when he was at imperfect cell, 16 and jumped in and gave 17 and 18 more than enough time to run, bro. Even when he absorbed 17 and TN was pretty. Shout out to my boy TN for, you know what I'm saying, putting in the work. But when TN was putting my boy semi in a pothole, that was more than enough time to 18 to skedaddle, go ahead and get on the panada there. But nah, she want to take her time, bro. I'm just like, bruh. Then you got Krillin with the remote. Then Vegeta, it's just. I'm pretty sure my boy Trunks, he in his mind is like, you know what? I see why the future became what it became, bro. Like,
yeah, he's like, I can see why you all fucking died.
Buddy was stressing, dog.
No. Why? She just being a mother. She's just being a mother.
Chi-Chi gets a lot of hate.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Chi-Chi's annoying.
I'm not even a mother
Chi-Chi is
myself.
loud. Like, bro, y'all got to understand, bro. Her husband died almost every season, dog. It's stressful.
How come everyone's giving hate to Chi-Chi and not Bulma? Bulma is arguably more abrasive than Chi-Chi.
I feel like people give Bulma the benefit of the doubt because she's a baddie.
That's what I'm saying. They're both they're the classic mother of a warrior, wife of a warrior type woman.
Bulma is annoying, not gonna lie. Yeah. And on top of that, we're not gonna forget the fact that Yamcha pulled up Vegeta. She's like, you know what? I'm done with Yamcha, bro. I want me a bad boy like Vegeta. The man who pretty much blew him up. Like, Goku would literally prefer to
Yamcha
die
did cheat
than
on
live
her.
with Chi-Chi. I don't understand the hate. Goku's a deadbeat.
Goku a deadbeat! Goku's a turn-up fight, leave him alone. He's doing his best.
Goku's not a deadbeat, bro. Like, he just stupid.
Ha
At least
he
he's
is.
there.
He's just thick. He really is. Yeah, he goes to the, the college interviews and that kind of thing. He tries to slick his hair back. He puts a suit on, but then King Kai talks to him and he has to go. Like, what do we expect the strongest, mortal in the cosmos to really do? He's got to do what he's going to do. And she did know what she was signing up for.
Facts.
Let's be fair.
That's why Piccolo best dad.
That, come on! This is such a Team 4-star opinion. I'm sorry, Coyote. I don't mean to shade on your opinion, but I hear this so often, and I just know it's Team 4 stars work. It's not actually. Yeah, you know.
You don't.
It's not
wait.
actually.
You don't think Piccolo gets best dad of the year award?
Hell no. You're asking me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me just stretch. I need to warm up for this.
Oh boy, here we go. This is what we've been waiting on right here.
Okay, so let's go through just a slight. I'll try and make this brief. Chronological series of events. Piccolo is obviously a fucking asshole, a villain, whatever. He is still, in my opinion, a villain in the Saiyan saga, but he then has a vested interest because he lives on Earth to save it, and he sees Gohan being strong. He takes this kid under his arm, goes to them and goes, I'm gonna take this thing's strong, I'm gonna train it. Drops him in the fucking forest for 6 months. I don't give a shit, fend for yourself. You're 4 years old, I don't care, man, I don't care. I'm a big green dude, I'm also 6 years old, I can do it, you can do it. Then he goes and gets him 6 months later and he's like, okay, let's start training, you survived. Great job for not dying. And then they train and then yes, he gets strong. They do it again in the Android Saga, they train, but obviously Goku's there. But then, here's where my counterpoint comes in. So yes, obviously he made Gohan strong. They formed a bond. They were on Namek, so on and so on.
Right.
Then we get into the Android Saga and they go into the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, Goku and Gohan. And this is another thing that I mean when people don't look beyond the like surface level. They just see Goku and Gohan kind of like training in there. But beyond that, if we're actually watching it, we see Goku like look after him when he's sick, tell him to stop training when he's tired, you know, carries him on his shoulders, encourages him, shows him, you know, ascended Super Saiyan and that kind of thing, like really coaches him. And when I hear people say, you know, Piccolo's a better dad than Goku, I'm like, did you see all that? Did you see all that shit that happened? Because that was some good shit. And not that it matters, it's not that deep, you know, but that's my opinion on that anyway. Yes, yes. Anyone that says otherwise is unequivocally incorrect. Fight me. I will die on this hill.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for somebody
Let's
to say
go.
no.
What do you think?
Hell yeah. That's not even a
Right?
that's not even a debate. don't start typing slow in the chat now, my boys. I ain't gonna shoot y'all, bro. I ain't gonna shoot y'all, bro. Okay, so we all agree Buuhan is stronger than Kid Buu. There's no need for us to prolong that topic.
I'm so glad that we are all smart enough to realize, and by actually watching the show, because people go, oh no, Toriyama said, nah. I don't care what Toriyama said. Toriyama forgets everything. He probably just answered that because someone asked it. I can't even remember where it was stated, to be honest.
Because I feel like one of the reasons why people say Kid Buu is stronger than Buuhan because of how destructive and careless Kid Buu is. I feel like that's the only reason why people says that. And people keep forgetting Buuhan has Trunks, Goten, Gohan, and Piccolo absorbed. And during that time of that saga, Gohan was the strongest during that time of that arc.
Yep.
Keep it in mind.
Yep. Yeah. How can we deny it? And then we see the you know, actual events that happened as well, where Goku had Super Saiyan 3 and he was begging on his knees for Vegeta to fuse. Like, please do this with me. We are going to die if you don't fuse with me and we become strong. And we know Vegito is stronger than Super Saiyan 3. So then we see Goku Super Saiyan 3 go up against Kid Buu toe to toe in his alive body. How are people not doing the math of this? Do you know what I mean?
Facts.
But yeah, like I said,
It's like putting two peak seasoned character fighters against each other, but one way division lower and on crack. Facts. And think about it like this: Goku struggle against Buu, Buu tanks, Buu tanks. Oh, you said Buu tanks. I'm like, nigga, who is Buu tanks? But
Buu tanks?
it's Super Saiyan 3. Goku went hand in hand in Kid Buu in Super Saiyan 3. Not even Super Saiyan 3, bro. Nigga, Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2. Kid Buu's, what's the word I'm looking for? Not durability. He's hey, I got a brain fart. Excuse me, y'all. It's been a long day. Regeneration.
Well, I mean,
Kid Buu's regeneration was like, it was stopping Goku. Other than that, Goku was going toe to toe with that nigga. And then a lot of people fail to realize that it took Goku and Vegeta to fuse to deal with Buuhan, bro.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I mean by I wish some people, and no hate to anyone, because we're all fans at the end of the day, but I do wish some people would kind of like actually watch it before they just blindly, you know, kind of go with the masses in terms of their opinion, because there's real reasons why we disagree with what a lot of people say, and this is why.
Nigga, pull up, not pull out, bro.
Yeah, pull up, Lou. Lou, honey.
We already know Goku has the worst pull out game. It shows, bro. It shows.
Oh.
But yeah, I would definitely agree. I don't know, because I would say Piccolo definitely up in par, but Piccolo just be R farmer. Let's be real. I would say one of the best pull-ups is when Vegeta came to save Trunks in the BoJack movie, and he just blew the building up and just like started floating the Super Saiyan. I was like, bro, that's badass, bro. Like even in the Super Android 13 movie, when he sliced the glacier in half and, you know what I'm saying, pulled up It was just badass, bro.
Also in the excuse me, Android Saga, where Android 19 killed Goku and Vegeta pulled up, kicking him in the head, and said, "If anyone's gonna kill Kakarot, it's gonna be me."
Hey, Vegeta always was kicking niggas, bro. I remember he did the same thing to Metacooler, bro. He was like, "There'll be no Saiyan blood spill today." He just popped Super Saiyan. I was like, bruh.
And like the way that Cooler had Goku by jugular, I was like, oh my goodness. And then Vegeta, comes in with the dive kick, the back three. We love that.
Well, I know Cooler had been hurting, boy.
Vegeta and Piccolo have the best entries in the movies. Yeah, I mean, Piccolo obviously, like you said, was like aura farming most of the time, especially in like the Broly movie.
But think about how many times Piccolo pull up and you just see him with his back turned with the wind just capturing his cape. I'm like, bro, come on, bro, it's not that deep, bro. Let's get to the fight.
People are dying, Piccolo. Can you stop it? Not a time to aura farm.
I'm here, head ass.
Super. 100%. Sorry.
Over Z?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, chat.
There's so many reasons.
It's been a W podcast. I think it's time for me to go ahead and skedaddle out of here.
See, even Wolfcut agrees. Do you want to hear me out?
No.
Because I got reasons.
I miss the viciousness of Z Broly, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, Z Broly was just that guy, dog. Like, but you know what? I'm gonna give Ms. Majin the floor. I'm gonna let her explain why she thinks Super is better than Z Broly, which I disagree. But hey, that's what we here for, right? So I'm gonna give you the floor.
Start by saying I am a hoe for anything that's canon, and I am actively against anything that is like not canon. So for the longest time and for my entire Jurassic existence, I have been subconsciously against the idea of Dragon Ball Z Broly, or most of the Dragon Ball Z movies. So when they made Broly canon, well, I guess it wasn't technically canon because it wasn't in the manga at the point, but you know, when they made a movie out of it, shit, this is official at this point. I was watching a little bit more intently, if I'm honest with you. So this is a very subjective opinion. This is my, obviously, opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So I was watching a little bit more intently. And obviously we've got other aspects in that movie. So we've got Super Saiyan God Vegeta, you know, that spectacular transformation. We've got, you know, Super Saiyan Blue, Gogeta, so on and so on. But if I remove those things, you know, the peripherals from what was around Broly, his Ikari form and his legendary Super Saiyan form, if we're going to call it that, I think they just look mind-bendingly cool. I can't fault it. You know, the color is on point. Everything's on point. I know it's newer animation, but everything is just so on point. And if we look back at Dragon Ball Z Broly, he obviously, you know, base and then Super Saiyan and then legendary Super Saiyan. So I think that really the highlighting factor for me is the Ikari form. I think it's so base. I think it's so cool. He's using his Ozaru, you know, his great ape, and the fact that they wrote that into him is, you know, the masterpiece, absolute cinema. And I think that Dragon Ball Z Broly's reason for being that angry is kind of dumb. Even though that, you know, he would have heard Goku crying when he shit, whatever. So I'm like, bro, it's been 40 years. Grow up.
It's dumb. It's silly. I understand that. But it's just the personality and his just brutalness, it makes up for all of that. Like, and then like Z Broly was kind of like something I've always like was looking forward to as far as like a ruthless, like saying quote unquote, like, you know, legendary Super Saiyan aspects, and like like the way he was just like bodying everybody in that movie and just playing like, you know, hey, you know, I'm that guy, you know what I'm saying, but you know, Kakarot, you got to go, bro. Like it was just like just so much. And then like it was kind of brutal, like the way he did Paragus. It's just small stuff like that, man.
That was
Super Broly got a
actually-
better fit. Nah, see, now you about to get a shot, bro. I ain't gonna lie. What?
I agree. I like the fur. I
No,
like the fur thing.
not you too much. No,
It's okay. Everyone's allowed to think differently. The jewelry is cool. Bit gay, but still. I'm just joking. I'm joking.
Hey, what's up, Jenna? How we doing? Super Broly W, the ears of the man, bro. I don't know about y'all, but Z Broly had that shit on, bro. My dog had the chain on, bro, with the bracelets, bro. Like, the red and white. Come on, dog. Like,
It's not the worst thing. It's just not the greatest thing. That's all I'm gonna say.
see, Miss Majin.
But
this
again,
is
it's all
why we
subjective.
why we can't have nice things.
This is why people just want to watch the world burn. Trunks. If the answer isn't Trunks, I don't know what it is.
Trunks low key were putting that shit. I don't know though, cause like Gohan in the Black
This
G,
is
bro.
its sayings for the sake
In the,
of
Oh,
all
Oh yeah,
glorious
no, you are
content
right. You
you
sir,
got today.
sir.
In the
You are
boost,
correct.
I go, bro. Hey, Gohan had that shit on, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, appreciate
No,
that follow,
no, no.
Big Lou. W follow.
Yay, Big Lou. Yeah, no, Gohan in the, cause that black leotard, is actually like Vegeta's clothing. If we recall, Gohan went to Bulma and said, "Can you make me a superhero outfit?" And that's, was obviously the Saiyaman shit, and she just would have pulled that from Vegeta's line.
With the ripped off, hey
Just a
yo,
Google.
Trunks
Google,
with the ripped off sleeves, dog. That shit
Oh
was fire.
yes, super lit, super lit. And Future Trunks, when he went back and killed the android, and he just had to like sing, "Oh no, Jack, lit, like so lit."
If I had to put him in order, bro, definitely Gohan in the Black G. That's number 1. Trunks without the sleeves. That's number 2. And number 3, I would definitely have to go with Gohan again, but in Piccolo's G without the cape. That'd be number 3.
That's fair.
Honorable mentions.
I think
Goku in the Saiyan armor it's badass, bro. So that's another honorable mention.
that did hit different, actually. That did hit different. I think I agree with your number 1 and your number 2, actually, by the way. And I think that my number 3 my number 3 would be, and this is very specific, is Vegeta in the Saiyan Saga, but like on Namek, where this is going to sound weird and there's no other way to say this, where he had his collarbone exposed. Because he never wore it like that again.
Hey, yo, wait, what?
So, I don't know how, there's no other way to say that. It sounds just, and he had no shoulder pads on. So it was just the the chest armor with long sleeve, dark blue, and it didn't have a high neck because he usually has a high neck when he's got long sleeves on. Again, this is a very specific, I'm just like, that looks great. I think that's just the best Saiyan armor design. It's the same Saiyan armor that Goku and Gohan wore in the Hyperlock Time Chamber.
Hey,
Sorry.
low key. Hey, Lou, you spitting, bro. Mercenary Tile did have that shit on, bro. Hey, one thing I liked about Mercenary Tile, bro, was like when he'd chop a piece of tree or whatever, and he'd throw it in the air, bro, and ride it. That's tough. Did we cover Vegeta's Batman shirt? Nah, we didn't, but that's another honorable mention.
That honorable mention. Oh yeah.
Hey, what he told Trunks? He's like, what you looking at? He's like, I like your shirt. He's like,
Have you never seen a pink shirt before? If you like it so much, you can have it. Trunks like, no, you're just my dad. I'm just looking at you. It's got to be. I'm obviously going to go ahead and answer. It's obviously at number 1. Imagine Vegeta vs Goku. It
That's your
doesn't
number
get
1,
any
or-
better. Yeah, 100%. There's obviously great choreography, and then we've got Vegeta doing energy rings to Goku against the wall, and then proceeding to do a 5-minute speech about his entire lineage and legacy. And then there's just so much about that fight that's absolutely phenomenal. The build up, everything. Yeah, the fluidity, the animation, all just just so good.
Yeah, that Majin
But
Majin
then-
Vegeta and Goku fight was pretty. The animation itself was definitely peak. I'm not gonna lie.
Goku vs Cell, I think is probably number 2. Again, the choreography is just insane. It's just great. You can't not watch every single second of it. You're so locked in. I'm really answering your question, I think, like, specifically when you ask what's the best fight in terms of like the actual fighting. You know what I mean? Like the bush, the hitting each other. That's kind of how I'm answering it. So I think number 3, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan vs Cell. He was so overpowered. It was so cool. Everything he did was so boss, from taking the sensu beans out of his hand. And then Cell going, how did you do that? He's like, I'm faster than you now. To like, you know, gut punching him, doing a CD. Yeah. Goes up there, bro. Goes up there. Doesn't throw them. Transports himself up there. Please wait there, Cell. Here you go. Some sensu beans, got the back for you. You guys be alright. I'm gonna go back doing this. Goes back, CD2 Cell to the gut. Oh, it was just so great. The series of events was phenomenal. So that's my answer.
No love for Goku versus Pycon. That fight definitely going in my honorable mentions. I'm not gonna lie. It's a crime Pycon is a canon, bro. I really don't know why he's not canon. Pycon is too badass of a canon not to be canon, bro.
Yeah.
But to answer my own question, number 1 is Super Saiyan 2 Gohan versus Cell. There's like that was just peak from beginning to end, bro. Number 2, Piccolo versus 17. That whole choreography from that fight, the beginning to the end, when Piccolo powered up and they was damn near equal pair. It was just that fight from the beginning to the end was just too good, bro. Vegito and Super Buu. Not Super Buu, Buuhan.
Buuhan, yeah. Very, very good fight. I didn't even think about that, if I'm honest with you.
Just the whole fact that Vegito knew he had control over the fight, and I didn't even know later that the reason Vegito didn't just went ahead and kill him then and there was he was trying to, you know, get absorbed on purpose so he could have saved the others. And I didn't pay that much attention until like I probably said like a few years back, because I watched Dragon Ball like pretty much all my life, and then like I never like really paid attention. I was like, oh, so that's why he didn't kill him, because Vegito definitely could have killed him if he wanted to.
Yeah, Vegito was definitely in a position to kill him, but I was the same. I didn't put 2 and 2 together about him getting turned into a small candy until many years later.
The dialogue was definitely peak. It was definitely peak with, especially when Buuhan threw Vegito to the ground. He got up and started stretching. He was like, could you throw me another? I'm still getting used to this body. He was like, you should know because you've been absorbing people all day. It was just the dialogue.
When he pulled the big long pink antenna off his head and he called banana.
And he was like, He's like, Vegito, blew it up in his face.
Vegito knows what's up.
Best battle: Goku heart disease versus medication.
Yeah, that was the biggest battle of Dragon Ball Z, let's be fair. How come, you know, I have a question. It's not really a question, but why didn't he carry that heart medication when he knew that this was around the time that this was going to happen? Why don't you keep that on you? You don't keep it at Master Roshi's house. Shit pissed me off. Still pisses me off to this very day.
I would say that's more of a pride and ego thing. Think about it. Think of a kid who has asthma and leave his inhaler at home, but he know he needs it, but he goes to the soccer field starting and playing the whole match and just end up like.
I mean, I put it down to just Goku being stupid, but it's just probably a mixture of all the things plus it being forgotten, like by the writer.
Nah, for real.
The writer that we love and respect. It's gonna be a battle between Super Saiyan 3 and Ascended Super Saiyan, like graded Super Saiyan. There's obviously like, what is there, 3 grades of Super Saiyan? 1? And Trunks, I think, was the only one to use all of them. Vegeta obviously used them. Goku went into it in the Hyper Time Chamber, told Gohan, this is useless, never use this.
Goku battle IQ, by the way. Like he noticed the weakness like immediately.
immediately.
Trunks was like, nah, I'm gonna just keep powering up, bro.
Yeah, legit. Like, and I think, you know, just digressing slightly, I think Trunks was just super short-sighted and super stupid to not want to push beyond that for Vegeta. Like, for goodness sake, how traumatized can you be from your own father? Just like, the planet is at stake and you've been saying this the entire time. Can you just get your shit together? But, yeah, for uselessness, I actually think that Ascended graded Super Saiyan would probably be more useless than Super Saiyan 3. Because Super Saiyan 3 does have its uses, it's just obviously an open valve of ki, so it can't be held for long, and we all know that.
Facts. But nah, Lou, we was talking in general, not just like Saiyans, it's like, you know, just in general. And you said Frieza second form?
Frieza's second form.
You have piqued my interest, my boy.
Frieza's second form is the one with the horns, right?
Yeah, when he was like tall and big.
You know, Frieza's forms to this day confuse me because they're backwards.
Now,
and I'm
Coyote,
like,
the goofy one is the third form. My bad, I meant to cut you off, Majin.
That's so good, because that's the one with horns, right? It stabbed a hole through Krillin, so can't be that useless. Zarbon,
bro.
Where's the lie?
You know what? That tops the cake, bro. That tops the cake. Mama was sitting there gooning, bro, like, yeah, this nigga handsome. He Prince Charming. Buddy turned into the Blob. She was like, oh, nah, this ain't it, man. Like, Buddy was just big. No. Like, he was just big for nothing, bro. Like, Zarbon's transformation is the epitome of big for nothing, bro. Like,
yeah, he got ugly for no reason. Oh, man.
Ugly as hell. Frieza was already stronger than everyone. True. Why did he need to transform?
But I mean, yeah.
Bro needed to glaze.
He really did. He needed to find. It's like, you know what? Have a look at this. I'm gonna transfer now. He was, okay.
He was definitely flexing. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it, bro. Super Saiyan 4 is my favorite, bro. And now that it's canon, oh yeah, right. we licks. We in day, my boys.
All right.
Me personally, I feel like Super Saiyan 4 should have been the form Super Saiyan like Blue should have been. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion.
We did think it was going to be that, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
You know, because in our brains it was the natural progression. You know, from 3 to 4, but no, we got God instead. Super Saiyan 4 does look good though. Like obviously GT Super Saiyan 4. Looks infinitely better than Daima Super Saiyan 4.
My boy Kaiser Dre was good. Was good, my boy. Was good. Super Saiyan 2. I can see why that's a lot of people's favorite transformation, but Super Saiyan 4 is just badass, bro. The fur.
Yeah, the Daima hand in Super Saiyan 4 were massive as well. It looked wrong. I think that was a paying homage to the monkey. Bad design choice, I think.
Gohan the 2 is historic in my opinion.
You know what's better though? Majin Vegeta in Super Saiyan 2?
Baby Vegeta. Nah, for real. You say it's Super Saiyan 2 Majin Vegeta for sure. Nostalgia reasons. Super Saiyan 4. Hey, W Mans. That's why you're my guy. I'm still not getting over the fact Vegeta sold his soul. I'm not getting over that. Buddy sold his soul.
He had a good reason. It was a calculated sell. He didn't do it mindlessly. We can't blame Vegeta for all of his shortcomings.
Nah, hell nah. Nah. Buddy, nah, he's not getting away with that. Nah.
Well, after he saw Goku vs Yakon, what was he supposed to do? Because he only had
hit the gym.
He only had been at the gym for 7 years. He only had Goku there for 1 day. It was his only chance. He had to do something.
I low-key respect Vegeta for selling out. Not me, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
I do too. Listen, we're all sitting here at the back of the bus saying we wouldn't do the same, and we are all shit. We would all do the same fucking thing. I would do the same thing to get to God of Destruction in Tekken with Kazuya in a second.
If it was that bad in Tekken, I'd just pay somebody, bro. I'm gonna be real. But yeah, man, I can't respect Vegeta for that, bro. You think Goku, Trunks, Gohan, think they would call Lucifer himself? They're like, hey, bro, I'm a little weak. I don't know what my mind is at. I'm lost. I need power, bro. Nigga, you not Virgil? But At the same time though, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't know why he did it. There was definitely good reasons why he did it, but I still don't respect it. I understand why he did it. I just don't respect it, bro.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, we don't have to respect it or anything like
Sim,
that. But
I was gonna get to those questions, bro. I wanted to get to the other ones first, bro.
I'm reading it.
But
okay, I'll wait until you ask the question.
well, she done put it out there. So, what car is your craves your? Oh,
For the sake of our most
my boy
glorious
Wood
project,
W follow.
you die today.
Y'all showing out today, man. What craves your love for Vegeta? Like what about Vegeta that like makes that's that guy for me.
I honestly can't remember that far back. I'm trying to say things diplomatically. There's no other way to say this. I really enjoy Overlord, overpowered, dark character. That's what I like. And Vegeta fits the bill perfectly. Every anime since Dragon Ball has one. We've got Sasuke, we've got Sukuna. Yeah, the first second I saw Vegeta, I was like, oh shit, he's my guy. I like him. He's got cool hairline, he's strong, But then as time went on, obviously his character development, what it did, and we all know that, and we're all familiar with it, and we all love him for it. But that's why I stuck with him, I think. That's why we all Vegeta fans stuck with him.
I could definitely see that, and especially like his character development and growth from the Saiyan saga up until him being the loving dad and him doing whatever it got to take to protect his family and like stuff like that. It's just like very, very strong character development that makes us love that character, and especially like knowing what he had to do. Everything he had to do up until that point to get to where he's at now, the sacrifices and like all of that. Vegeta's character development is probably one of the best developments of all anime. And that just be being me.
I agree, and it's every time that I have an opinion, say my opinion, think about my opinion, I have to try and be as objective as possible because everything is subjective. We're all saying it from our own point of view, but objectively, as objective as I can be, and non-biased as I can be, Vegeta does have some of, if not the best, development in anime, like you just said. I can't see any other anime where this has really happened. Sasuke had the shittest character development, and he ended up basically the same as Vegeta, but they just didn't execute it as well. So
I fell in love with that character at age 12 and that was it. It'd be like that.
He was my first love.
What? I'm not kind of. Shut up.
I'm joking. But
she's not. She's not. She got caught.
No.
Exposed.
Yeah, I mean it. I got 4 Vegeta tattoos. Like, I really mean it.
So like Vegeta, and I might be getting off topic a little bit, but Vegeta was your first anime crush?
Yeah. Well, Dragon Ball was first anime I watched. So yeah.
I would say Trunks. I know, I got the Vegeta, overlay, but Vegeto's still Vegeto's a dope character, but we all know Vegeto's dope. But one of the reasons I fell in love with Trunks, not like that, pause, because I know how y'all get in the chat, bro, but one of the many reasons why I fell in love with Trunks as a character, because like for one, like his appearance, like his first appearance, like I was instantly glued on, and on top of that, like bro, like I said earlier, a Saiyan with a sword, and like the more I watched Trunks' appearances and like just the way he like carries himself, and with that whole pure-hearted mentality, and I've always respected Trunks like that, like just putting priorities first, not worrying about a challenge, not worrying about see who gets stronger, this and that, the third, waiting for the next transformation, like bro, you got to go, like you got to get packed up. And I've always liked the Trunks like mentality from beginning to end, more than just appearances, and like the way he just carries, like all of that really just attracted me the most. And that's why like Future Trunks was like always like my favorite like Dragon Ball character.
He does lean into that human trauma side a lot, and like you say, he's ready to solve problems. He's not